where the heart is, then mine's right here. I'm Amy, and this is My Texas Today. Well, the holidays are upon us, and what are we going to be doing? A lot of cooking and baking. I'm going to share with you a great recipe that my grandmother made and passed down to me. They're called pumpkin squares. Most people love pumpkin pie or anything to do with pumpkin. This one is really different. The ingredients that you will need are a half gallon of vanilla ice cream. Now in Texas we use Bluebell. If you can't get Bluebell, just use anything you've got, but you'll need vanilla ice cream. You'll also need a container of Cool Whip. You're going to need 1 cup of crushed pecans. You're going to need to buy a box of ginger snaps, and then you'll need to crush 25 to 30 of those ginger snaps. You're going to need a half a cup of sugar. You're going to need 1 can of pumpkin. You're going to need a little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of nutmeg. That's it. So the first thing you want to do is saute your ginger snaps once you've crushed them, and you want to do that in about 4 tablespoons of butter. Just get it all nice and mixed up. This is going to be the crust for your dessert. And once you have your ginger snaps sauteed, you want to pour them into the bottom of a 9 by 13 baking dish. And this is going to be the mixture of your pumpkin squares. So you want to spread it evenly, and then you're going to put it in the freezer and let it cool off really good before you pour the ice cream on top. Now once you have your crust cooling off in the freezer, we want to go ahead and mix together all this stuff that's going to go on top of that crust. First you'll start with your semi-melted or very softened vanilla ice cream. So then you want to add in the can of pumpkin. You're going to add that into your vanilla ice cream. Then you want to add in your Cool Whip. So now you've got 3 things in here that you want to mix together really good initially before you add the next ingredients. Then I want to go ahead and add in this half a cup of sugar, and you want to sprinkle in some cinnamon. Just do, I don't know, maybe a teaspoon, about a teaspoon to 2 of cinnamon, kind of depending on how much cinnamon that you actually like. Then you want to just mix that all in really good. Now by now your crust should be nice and cooled off, and once you get this mixed up, we're going to pour this on top of the crust. Okay, we've got this mixed together, and now you're going to pour the ice cream on top of that crust, the ginger snap crust that you've already made. Okay, we've got all the ice cream and the whipped cream and everything in there. Finally, you want to sprinkle in your cup of pecans, evenly, of course. Then you want to sprinkle in a little bit of ground nutmeg for flavor, just all over. And lastly, you want to put a cover on it and put this in the freezer for several hours. Once it's been in the freezer for several hours, you'll be able to pull it out and cut it into perfect squares like this. It's a beautiful dessert, it's very tasty, and I know a lot of people will enjoy it. Happy fall!